Hi, Serena. Okay, I'm going to start your healing for Liam. This is kind of a severe case. You ordered a past life reading and healing, so we'll just go as guided by spirit, okay? So, just to give a little background, your son is 7 years old, and shortly after starting kindergarten, he started making some weird noises and cursing. They thought maybe Tourette's syndrome, but it was diagnosed as a ticking disorder because it came and went. So you've been working with a spiritual healer who had indicated that Liam has a lot of past life trauma in the heart area, and to my shock and surprise, alien attachments and machines. You suggested a shaman healer to help deal with this. So everything was great for about 6 months, and it all started again. And then he's also told you that while he's sleeping, the aliens shove something in his throat. So, okay, let me just relax here, and then we'll see what we can do for Liam, okay? I'm supposed to mention that he loves his Winnie the Pooh stuffed animal, his little sister Indy, and his favorite color is bright, foggy green. That's kind of cool. Okay, So they want to show me first his heart portal, okay? They want to show me this indication of something that is not organic, or it's not as if it's not organic. It's just, what is balance? Do we need something in there like that? No, we don't. So what do we need to do to remove it? It's quite, I'm watching it. So, okay. So I'm looking at Liam right now. I'm specifically focusing on heart portal, okay? It's a really important location in our body is the heart portal. I focus on that a lot. And so inside of it is quite a gadget. It really is as he's describing. It looks mechanical, and it has projections of different lights as well. There's something interesting because it also it's almost like a music box too. But it doesn't look, it has gears and stuff in it. That's how it shows itself to me, but that's how I process the vibration or the energy reflection of it. Nothing to be scared of. There's something very loving that I'm experiencing. There's something about this, it creates rings of light that come out like that. It makes me feel like I'm getting dizzier and dizzier. I'm talking to my spirit guides about this as to what the purpose is or why this is part of his experience. I'm feeling it right now in my fingers, and it's rough to the touch. It shouldn't be open. The heart portal shouldn't look like that. It should not. There's a feeling of I don't know, something being pulled out of the back of the heart portal and then whack me on the head kind of thing. It feels like a reaction from the body of something, an overwhelming feeling. It just whacks you on the head, that kind of feeling. It's just, whoa, what was that? It just feels like you just got whacked on the head, and whoa, what was that? That's what is happening right now. I want to feel at peace. I want to feel safe. That's what his heart says. I want to be at peace. I want to feel safe. Then tell his heart he is at peace and he is safe. And as I tell him that, it helps release fears and concerns that are jammed in his heart portal. It's a slow process. I'm going to close my eyes for a little bit, okay? I'm pushing it, I'm pulling it out, basically. I'm releasing some sort of oozy liquid. It's all energy stuff, so this is purifying the space. Yeah, it's still, there's more that needs to come out, but there's a lot of love ready to just pour in as well. Because this has been kind of jammed up in here, and so he's really open to receiving love too, which is wonderful about little kids. Spiritual work is like so effective on them because they are automatically so loving and so open to it and so welcoming of it. They don't want the scary; they want the love. So he's actually trying to breathe in love as I'm still like, okay, love can come in, but we're still pulling out the old, okay? So he's really, really wanting to breathe in love energy. We're just focusing on heart portal. There's other energy vibrations. This comes out as like a sea turtle, a black sea turtle. They don't tell me what these things are always about. The thing is for me to take the time to discover it. It's better off to just get all this stuff out. The sea turtle is going off into sea. To sea. Off to sea. There's something interesting about the language there. Not just sea as in water, to see, as in to have perception. Something about perception too. So we're allowing this to continue. There's something. I'm just watching the turtle in the water as I'm also allowing more of the old energy to come out of the heart portal. So I'm watching simultaneously different scenes at once and examining them. He's got a note he's sharing with me from his heart portal. It just came out, so I'm looking at the note. There's something interesting because the turtle never went out to sea. It just stayed at the water. It just keeps looking off into the horizon, but it won't actually go swim, which it belongs in the water. Why are you not in the water? Well, I'm also reading this note. I am laying him on a bed, and there are two angels here, angels of light. And so they're very gentle with him in their touch, and then sharing heavenly light into his body. You ask, therefore you receive, they say. Those who ask for healing then receive healing. Those who want to be healed then need to ask, and then they receive. They're talking about this. The kindness that you are sharing with your son as a mother, this is a good choice. Very good for him, a very good bonding experience. Very good for your soul's journey. There's pure love channeling through you both to each other. This is very important. Not all parents know what would have chosen this pathway is what they're showing me. This is special that you did this. So I'm still watching angels helping. I'm waiting for further information related to the note and related to the turtle. They're wanting to release other energies coming out the feet, the bottom of the feet. I'm using foggy green light, and I'm surrounding him in it, and then I'm allowing him to breathe it in through his nose and mouth, and then also to touch his heart portal with it. Energy of love from his sister also channeling in. He's holding his stuffed animal. It's Winnie the Pooh. That way he feels safe. We're trying to alter his perception of fear. He needs to have this energy work done to help him experience a world that is loving and welcoming, nurturing, and not inspiring this part of him to be afraid. We want to help this release. This is doing really good work for him. It's all very patient. pulling out more stuff from the heart portal, like a big long hose, and then it's attached to something that's very heavy, and so I'm pulling out the heavy weight. That's pretty darn heavy. That was a good one to get out of there. Archangel Michael is here, and he's sharing his blue flame from head to toe, toe to head. Spiritual fire to help purify all toxic energy. It just evaporates it entirely. Angels are still channeling in heavenly light, touching him on the shoulders, one on either side. Michael has got blue flame head to toe, but it's very slow moving down the body. And I'm supposed to wait and just watch him do this. It's a very slow process. I'm just watching him do basically a massive angel, right? Blowing blue flame out of his mouth at Liam's head, slowly going down all the way to the feet. And then moving up. But it seems like come here all the way to the feet. And that's where we're at right now. He hasn't actually moved up with it, but there's this sensation that he's doing more with this flame work. So I'm just going to keep paying attention to this. I'm getting really hot from this as well, so I can tell it's doing quite a lot for him. It really is a protective energy. It really is protective for him, but it's purifying as well. It feels amazing. It's worth it to wait and watch him do this. It is worth it to be patient. So he's creating some sort of a chamber made out of blue, and he's inside of it. It's like glass in there, but it's really protective shield. He's just a lot of things just spit out of the heart portal inside of this chamber. They say it's okay. They're parts of his reflection that are releasing right now, and they look like rats coming out and screaming and screeching and running everywhere like mad. They can't breathe in here. They're suffocating. Liam's perfectly fine. It has to do with the vibration. Is they are suffocating in the purity. They can't feed off of love. They feed off of fear, right? So these reflections are feeding off of fear, and now the love is surrounding him. He's encased in love and protection. Hardcore Archangel Michael energy. Now these rats are coming out screaming. So just watch them. Coming out even out of the mouth. There's lots of them coming out of the mouth, and then heart portal too. There's lots of them coming out. I mean, they're literally like screeching mice. I mean, screeching crazy. This one did not want to come out. It started to figure out what was going to happen if I come out of there. So it's trying to stay inside, but that's not going to work. So we are doing something with blue light on the insides in those spaces to push out the rats, basically. It's like fill the space with water, the rats will get out or drown, you know? So that really has done a lot of positive work. I'm still watching. And there's a really patient side to all of this. It is time to let go of the sea turtle now. And is sort of looking back at him. It's old, like it has like little white hairs on his head, and it just slowly. It's basically been sitting at a very dark ocean, just sitting there, a sea turtle with white hairs. Although it looks like a little baby sea turtle. And it's just been sitting there looking off into the horizon, but now it's looking back at Liam, who's at peace and at rest, getting all this work done, and is just contemplating. And I've been sort of back and forth. Is there more wisdom? Is there anything else you can tell me about this? And is not coming. And they're saying, cut the cord and let it go. So that's what we're doing. Some things it says there's some wisdom related to this. Sometimes we focus as human beings our attention on the things that aren't the most valuable part of our attention. That some things, it's okay if we don't know why they happen, just to purify and let them go is the most valuable choice in the end. Just to let things go. And so we're letting it go. A lot of things are being let go. There's rats are transforming into birds, and they've basically, the best way I could describe it is there were a bunch of demon entities, and then got stuck in this blue chamber, right? And so now they have to transform in this light, or there's no other choice for them. They are basically forced to transform in the light. So now they're transformed, and now the shield isn't like knock on wood sort of thing. They actually can, it's semi-permeable, or however you want to call it. They can go through it now, and they're flying out as birds. So they're all flying out as birds. This one, though, is real pickle here. I mean, just one is just not... I see him in there. They're still saying to just be patient. He's different than the others. He kind of is turning into a flower that's growing out of the mouth, and it's a big one. This is a big part of the healing. Let go of your fears related to his condition. Know that he is protected and safe in heaven. Know that we are helping him. This is still growing quite large, but we're focusing all of our attention on it. So we are welcoming it to transform its expression. We are welcoming it to come out. So we share love with it, and it influences it to change its dynamic. So he's still in this protective shield. So we're just watching. It's drying out. It tries to suck out certain energies from his heart portal. And since things are changing in the dynamic of his atmosphere, spiritual atmosphere, where these are clinging onto, starting to digest more love energy, and then it's starting to wither and die. It's not as powerful as it was. It's still trying very hard to resist transformation. Out of this withering flower comes some sort of crab or lobster shaped creature, and it too is small, getting smaller and smaller. So all of its life, it's basically suffocating. They say that is part of transformation. As part of the dark, then it has to release every last ounce of its chaos, and only then can it transform in the light. It's like human ascension, you know. We are struggling because we are draining out every last drop of our chaos, and it's hard, and that is the only way then to transform into light. Demons too have to endure it as well, and so that is what is going on here. I'm asking him this thing is still dried up, but it's still kind of out of the mouth, so I'm just asking him about this. There's some sort of odd energy that is trying to beat on top of this blue thing as I'm watching this. The lobster crab has it's invisible. It has nothing left. This flower thing is all dried up. It's still in there. So can I pull it out yet? They aren't letting me pull it out yet. As I'm examining this, talking to my spirit guides, there's a fist that keeps beating on top of this blue shield. Like it's trying to break it. But it's not able to. It's quite a large man. I mean, he's quite a large man. I don't know, 20 feet tall or something, huge, like Hulk size. I mean, just a massive guy. Big muscles. He kind of makes me think of a G.I. Joe. It's just kind of he's got blonde hair, Caucasian, but he's sort of dressed like an army man. And he's just keeps beating on this. And he himself is just starting to realize his defeat is kind of what this is. It's okay to let it go. It has an odd association with some sort of military past life. Like, there's something about that. They're asking me if I think it's a military past life. And I say, I guess I don't know. But as he gets smaller and turns into a regular-sized man, there's a feeling of some sort of defeat that took place in a past life. And I don't know, maybe it isn't military, maybe it is something else. But I'm just watching, there's other military people taking him away. They're basically dragging him as he's screaming and saying, "No, let me at him." And they're basically going back to whatever it is that they're doing. Which has not, I mean, it's like they're in the middle of Afghanistan or something. They're closing out the channel, and so there's nothing left of that communication. And now all there is Liam. That really blasted out more old energy from Heart Portal specifically inside this blue chamber. It's releasing out other toxins. Something odd here. I mean, I don't know what this rodent is. It's not a rat, though, but it's covered in negative energy. It's just coming out as well. There's something much larger that is, I mean... The heart portal is only so big, right? like let's just say this size, and now inside is like the size of an elephant trying to squeeze through, which is fine. That comes out just fine. But there's some massive energy force on the inside here that I'm pulling out right now. They're helping with something in the head too. Sort of sleeves of energy coming out of his brain. Telling you that energy that came out of that heart, that was huge, and I'm feeling a lot lighter. I feel like so much relief that being out. I mean, it was just a massive dark energy. And it's sort of vaporized instantly. I can't see it. There's work being done there, carrying him, this chamber that he's sleeping in. They're taking it into I don't know what it is, but this space here that we're in is getting too toxic or something from all this energy release. So we're moving him to a new space that's pure and clean and healthy for him. More just old energy vibrations. This one's like a giant spider coming out. That one has a channel sort of attached to him, so we need to separate it. That's been done. There's more coming out. Spiders is what they look like. This one's coming out of the head region. I'm basically talking to heaven right now. We're in heaven right now, and there's nothing of spiders or anything at this point. We're just in heaven in a sunny, cloudy, heavenly style space. And so he's sort of suspended as there's love that creates sunlight basically in heaven, and it's beaming down into him specifically in this blue shield. And so I'm working with heaven in order to release old past life traumas and stuff like that, and they're sort of pouring out the backside, sort of pouring down from underneath. So he's levitating up above. So I'm just praying and saying helping, working with heaven to release stuff like this. So they're just old sheets. And they kind of look like... This stuff is definitely coming out. They look kind of like an insect that's completely flat and then has, I don't know, like an amoeba or something. That massive, like a stingray or something. It looks like like a stingray's skin, and then it has little hairs all around it like that, and it's pretty big. And then you pull it out, and they're coming out like that from underneath him. Just more slabs of old energy not necessary for his pathway moving forward. Releasing him from this experience. And in a space, there's a smiling woman. She kind of reminds me of Mother Mary. But it's interesting because we're also kind of at an old tavern or something. Everything's made out of like kind of rotted wood. Something about this. It's candlelit. There's a quick interaction at the bar between Mother Mary and whoever this man is. This man looks pretty big and not very friendly. She's very quick. She's running out the door extremely fast to take a message. She's flying now. It's very dark and rainy here. She's flying through the clouds. She's going upward into heaven. She's instantly entering into his reflection. She's so fast. I can't hardly see her, and her movements are so fast. So she is in oneness with his expression. She's filling him with some sort of... she's insanely fast. Some sort of heavenly energy. She's filling him with truth. Truth is, we are not in this dark place. Truth is, you're in heaven and you're surrounded by light. We're sort of altering the dynamic of what he thinks has something to do with his spiritual pathway and how that interacts with the human body and mind it's strange because he's so young, you know what I mean? But somehow it was fertilizing a certain pathway for him, that we're altering the dynamic of the pathway. And so there's some sort of interaction between cutting the cord of what the darkness is, and then allowing his new pathway to be a reflection of heavenly light. So that's that's how I am processing this. There's definitely something about altering the pattern of his soul journey through releasing the old. There's a huge, massive... Everything in that other scene just turned into an orb that was sort of had one little tiny connection to this white orb of heaven that he's in. And so that orb of dark, rainy, scary place with scary guy at the tavern in the old rotted out bar is now in an orb here. So we have two orbs, one dark, one light. And so they're cutting the cord, and this one is just going off into the distance. The value is love. Every time, the value is love. And so that is his identity. Nothing else, only this. They're wanting to... I'm just going to stay with it for a little bit longer. I'm exploring the thought of, do we need to keep him in this blue chamber? Is he able to open his eyes and see the sunlight, the light from heaven? Or what do we do next? Still some cavity here in his chest that I'm trying to remove. It's trying to come out. I'm giving him, it has something to do, I basically opened up the blue chamber. He's in the light of heaven right now. And so I'm welcoming to open his eyes. He's opened his eyes. I'm welcoming him to choose to push it out on his own, and that through choice, that he's strong enough to say, I don't want this. I don't like it. I want it out of my body. So I'm telling him that he can remove it. I'm encouraging him through things that he loves, through this green energy that he likes so much, and his stuffed animal, Winnie the Pooh, and his sister. Said love feels really good, huh? Green energy got sucked into heart portal. Green energy helping him to release this. Raphael is on the scene right now, also working with green energy. Raphael helped to release more pent-up energy in the heart portal, helping to release more of this build-up here coming out the mouth with green fire. There's something really angry associated with this. I only have so much time, but the more we release, the more you start learning, right? And so there's some sort of energy pattern that we're working on altering the vibration so that it can relax, and that we alter what the pattern of truth is. Pattern of truth is the anger is not associated with this or the experience. The anger is now transformed into love, right? So I'm just going to do that vein really quick, and then I need to stop the video. That energy beacon is being moved into the light, and I have Michael here as well to help coax it. So Michael's he's glowing dark blue right now, and he's holding an invisible energy, and the energy sensation is anger. And so he's pulling it away from the head and releasing it in the light. So there's a lot of joy here from this. I'm seeing Liam is actually smiling and giddy right now, and he's got Winnie the Pooh, and he's talking to Raphael right now. And they're interacting. and now they're hugging each other. And that warm exchange helps. It helps a lot. So this is what I can share with you, okay? So I'll be curious to see how Liam is doing. Thank you for exploring this work with me. I'm just that's all I can do for right now. This severe of a case, we have to go as guided by spirit. A soul rebirth journey for him would be exceedingly impressively helpful, because there's so many odd flickers of things going on here, and I can't grasp enough information through this journey work in 30 minutes of time. But this will be a really awesome start to something new for him, okay? So I'm just going to share this for now. Serena, thank you so much for the experience. And then for those in the audience, if you'd like to experience spiritual healing or psychic reading with me, you may do so by visiting my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.